Today on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live, California Governor Newsom signs executive order, attempts to protect wildfire victims from predatory real estate investors unaware of consequences. HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Before you keep watching, it's important that you know who this show is for so that we don't waste our time talking to the wrong kind of person. Do you know the characteristics of a self actualizer? You may be one. If you hold efficient perceptions of reality, you are correct and honest in the way you judge situations. You're alerted by the superficial and dishonest. You strive for self fulfillment. You have unique characteristics. These characteristics give you an accurate perception of reality. You engage in meaningful pursuits outside of yourself. That's who this show is for, self actualizers. We are agents of progress, making the most of our lives. This micro podcast live stream, the only one of its kind right now on this subject, going live on X, therefore the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject, going live on X, is not for you, sweetheart. If you take yourself too seriously, if you are a seeker, let me be your guide to discover accurate truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL, it's important to ask everyone to help the victims of the fires in Los Angeles. This was a terrible fire that caused many people to lose their homes and lives. The devastating scale of the Los Angeles fires wasn't entirely avoidable. Could the government of California reduce the severity of the destruction? Absolutely, they sure could have. The facts are that Los Angeles lacked a comprehensive wildfire protection plan. What about prescribed burns and restoration thinning? That could have reduced fuel loads in forested areas. Upgrading water systems to handle increased demand during fires? No one thought of that. Burying power lines to improve firefighting capabilities and reduced ignition risks? Nope. The Santa Ynez Reservoir remained empty when the fires broke out. It's located near Pacific Palisades in Los Angeles. Why? Why did it remain empty when it's right there? So, Gavin Newsom, in his infinite wisdom, decides to protect wildfire victims from predatory real estate investors, but not from more fire. Oh no, from lowball offers. Because apparently, a house that's still smoking is worth just as much as one that isn't. On January 14th, 2025, California Governor Gavin Newsom issued an executive order. It sounds like a noble effort to protect victims of the recent Los Angeles area wildfires, right? Guess what? Newsom's executive order says you can't make unsolicited offers below market value. Not if it's to these poor souls in Altadena whose homes are now more suited for a barbecue than living. The order targets opportunistic speculators. It prohibits unsolicited cash offers well below market value. Why? Predatory real estate investors attempt to exploit fire victims. That's the narrative of Gavin Newsom. Newsom intends this executive order to do 4 things. Prohibition of undervalued offers. It's illegal to make unsolicited, undervalued offers to purchase property. You can't buy from owners in specified zip codes of Los Angeles County for a period of 3 months. The second thing is affected areas. The order safeguards residents in hard-hit zip codes in Los Angeles County. The focus on communities like Altadena, the fire-devastated Altadena. All right, enforcement violations. Enforcement is the third thing, right? So violations of the executive order could lead to criminal prosecution. It's a misdemeanor to violate the governor's order during a state of emergency. Now, the fourth thing is public awareness. The California Department of Real Estate has to ensure the public is aware of their rights under the law. The public awareness campaign, that's like telling these people, hey, remember your house might be gone, but your rights to sell it at the same price intact. Newsom's essentially saying, don't worry about your home turning into a bonfire. Your rights are still worth something, people. Even if your actual home isn't worth a dime anymore. He's saying, no, you can't buy that burnt toast for less than it was worth when it was bread. Because everyone knows when your house burns down, the value should magically stay the same. What's the rationale behind the order? Greedy developers are taking advantage of working class communities during a time of crisis. That's what Governor Newsom believes. He stated that he had heard firsthand accounts from community members and victims. His story is that they received predatory offers. He claims developers made some of those offers even while the homes were still burning. Is that true? It's possible, but that's not the real issue. The real issue is that offers must be at the January 6th market value. It seems like Newsom can't comprehend the economic realities of fire damaged properties. What realities? Imagine you're selling a car, but someone crashed it before you could list it. But hey, you better offer full price for that pile of scrap because according to Gavin, it's still a luxury vehicle. This order ignores the fact that a house in ashes might need a bit more than a fresh coat of paint. It's like valuing a melted ice cream cone the same as one that's still frozen. All right. Here's the thing. The first thing is the mismatch between pre-fire and post-fire value. This fails to account for the significant changes in property condition. Let's be objective here, my friend. Does charred land with destroyed structures have more immediate utility? Does it have more value compared to intact properties? The pre-fire value included buildings and other improvements that may no longer exist. Any buyer would need to factor in substantial costs for cleanup. What about debris removal and potential environmental remediation? Will that bring costs down? All right, number 2, economic and market realities. The order appears to disregard some fundamental economic principles. Let's start with supply and demand. Okay, by artificially fixing prices, the order interferes with natural market forces, doesn't it? We adjust property values based on current conditions. Has Gavin Newsom considered risk assessment? Buyers perceive higher risks associated with fire damaged properties. In the real world, that results in lower offer prices. And don't get me started on future value uncertainty. The long-term impact of the fires on the area's desirability and property values. Does that remove any layer of risk for potential buyers? Number 3, potential consequences. Okay, this pricing mandate could have several unintended effects. Violate this order and you could face criminal charges, because nothing says justice like prosecuting someone for trying to buy a house with a new open ceiling feature. I'm sorry, potential buyers, you're not allowed to negotiate prices that reflect the property's current state. And why not reduce market activity while you're at it, Newsom? You don't think this will slow the area's overall recovery and redevelopment? Do you understand that Newsom is forcing high prices? What do you think the true economic impact of the fires will be? Won't this lead to a misallocation of resources for recovery efforts? How will this not lower the values of people's damaged homes and properties? This mandate that offers must be at or above the January 6, 2025 fair market value, okay, which in practice creates an artificial price floor for damaged properties. This fails to account for the significant changes in property condition. Do you expect value to increase due to fire damage? In conclusion, let's look on the bright side. No pun intended. But on the bright side, this might just make disaster proofing homes the next big trend, because nothing says I'm ready for the next fire like a house that's already been through one. It's only a 3-month duration. So it's a short term measure, which may limit its long term impact on property values. The governor has also issued orders to streamline rebuilding process. Okay, the rebuilding process, which could help maintain long-term property values by facilitating faster recovery. There's a chance to improve construction standards. We can mitigate disaster risk going forward, right? That could enhance long-term property values. LA has a housing shortage. That means underlying demand may help support property values in the long run. So, thank you, Governor Newsom, for this masterclass in how not to handle real estate in a disaster zone. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this with somebody, retweet on X, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. You're allowed to make fun of me only if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. Now, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can go ahead and follow me on X to learn more. It's not necessary to follow me on X, but I follow others who are adding value. It's your choice. Team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, and workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. I do invite you to belong higher. Join our community of self-actualizers. Go to safenewmedia.com/XOXO. The official page for this show is safenewmedia.com/HSRL. Now, what I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment decision.
Before making any investment decision, always do your own research. This is not financial advice, nor is this any kind of offer or general solicitation for anything. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. My team and I are looking for capital partners, brokers, motivated sellers. We're accepting accredited and non-accredited investors to secure your place on our waitlist at Inveresta.com. Go to Inveresta.com. Or if you want to, you can hit me up on our profile here on X at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there to let me know what kind of investment opportunities you are looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office. For details, go to inveresta.com. We have something for you now, potentially. Accredited investors only. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. Lastly, subscribe to my newsletter. I write this every week. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues. This is also called the Billionaire Letters. Someone called it that, and I like the way it sounds. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is intended to share ideas and build relationships. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. To that agenda, this newsletter studies remarkable people in history who have demonstrated what to do and what not to do. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour, broadcasting on X, formerly known as Twitter. By the way, to sign up to the newsletter, go to safetymedia.com/newsletter. The new ones go up on Beehive, and all of them are going up from the beginning of the series on a Web3 platform. You can find details there at safetymedia.com/newsletter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi, yours truly. My name is Sean Allen Fenn. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.